The two anti-establishment groups, the Five Star Movement and the Far-Right League, are hoping to end the 10 weeks of political stalemate as they propose to raise welfare spending while cutting taxes. Five-Star leader Luigi Di Maio tried to assure critics their pledges will not undermine economic stability of the already heavily indebted country and insisted the party would not be a threat to Europe. Mr. Di Maio and League leader Matteo Salvini met for a second time in 2 days and both said there has been progress on their plans, but have yet to name who will take the top job. Asked about the premiership, Mr. Salvini told reporters, "When we have something to say, we'll say it." The party leaders are meeting again in Milan on Saturday and they have to offer a candidate to President Sergio Mattarella by Sunday. One of Mr. Di Maio's aides, Vincenzo Spadafora, said the two parties are looking for someone outside of their own parties who has a high profile and is trusted by Italian citizens and Italy's international partners. Mr. Di Maio had originally insisted that he should be the next prime minister after the March 4 election, but backed out in order to forge a deal with the League. Director of Italian daily newspaper Fatto Quotidiano, Marco Travaglio, is skeptical about whether or not the current Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi is out of the question for staying in power. Getty. Luigi Di Maio is the leader of the Five-Star Party. Mr. Travaglio said, "We are facing an oxymoron. It is evident that there is something that they are not saying, why Berlusconi for 2 months was against an alliance between Salvini and M5s and now suddenly gives the green light to the government, leaving intact the center-right and its leader Salvini that goes in the opposite direction to his. What has changed? Is Berlusconi just afraid of early elections in July or has someone promised him something? This is the ambiguity, the unsaid, on which this government is born. Salvini in this agreement represents Lega or all the center-right. Getty. Matteo Salvini is the leader of League. In the latter case, how do you approve laws that are in the M5's program and that Berlusconi sees how vampires see garlic? Until they explain this ambiguity, we will have to think that Berlusconi is not out but hidden under Salvini's hoodie. During the election, Five-Star won 32% of the vote, making it the largest party in parliament, while the League got 17% to become the second largest party. Mr. Salvini said weeks ago he would not insist on leading any government his group was a part of. Both parties have agreed to a new program that would cut taxes, increase money into the welfare system and bolster efforts to stop irregular immigration had made progress. Mr. Salvini told reporters, the issue of immigration, security and landings will be a fundamental part of the government's program. Mr. Di Maio was quick to respond to critics when he told reporters, it's being called a populist government. Some have said it's a threat to the people, some say it's a threat to Europe, but it's not Europe that's under threat. Mr. Travaglio says he is still skeptical. He said, it is unthinkable that a government conditioned by Berlusconi can make laws against mafia, tax evasion, corruption, conflict of interests. We'll see if Berlusconi is really out or really inside only when we know the name of the PM and ministers. With this government, however, especially Italians and the Five Stars are at risk. President Mattarella can veto the makeup of any new administration and would need to endorse the party's choice for prime minister before a government can be formed.